3 is a magic number. Why is it 3? It's a magic number. It takes 3 wheels to make a vehicle, cow to tricycle. Oh, 3. So 9 people got onto the tricycle, even though their mom said don't do it. And they rode into traffic, and 6 fell off, leaving 3. The magic number that stayed alive. That's the modern version. Bob Duro passed away. Schoolhouse Rock. If you guys grew up on that, good. You want to get my guitar? Good morning. Ronnie Crouch here, otherwise known as Crouching Ronnie, Hidden Pendragon, otherwise known as Crotchety Crouch, otherwise known as Ronnie. Let's open up this loot crate, shall we, guys? What do we got in here this time? I don't know what that is.
Chalice.
Yes, it's a chalice. From the palace? Okay, what do we got here? You tell me I can't see it.
Oh, it's Thanos.
That is a very cartoony Thanos. How appropriate. Are you excited for this business? Am I the only person on the planet who doesn't care about the Avengers? Oh, wow, check that action. What is this? Envelopes and the dark crystal? 6 note cards with envelopes. Frodo Baggins, right here it is, a little mini. And advertisements for a bunch more on the back. Should we open them and show them what it looks like?
Buy them all.
Should we leave this sealed? This looks probably worth something if it's sealed, right? It's worth $100,000 in 20,000 years. Oh, there's ooh. Oh, don't rip it. Yes, high roll map. Nice loot crate. Guys, head over to lootcrate.com. Thanks very much for sponsoring. You guys can check it out. They've got everything from just Stranger Things to that. I mean, they've got so many loot crates, it's kind of ridiculous. But you pick the one you like. And the nice thing about this, you don't know what's in the box, number one, but number two, a lot of the stuff is like exclusive. So even if it's something that you're not really familiar with or don't really care about, you can throw it on eBay and usually make back more than you paid for the actual loot crate. So that's one of the reasons why I like them. All right, let's talk about Amazon. Their Prime membership fees are going up just a little bit. So they're going to go up quite a bit if you're a monthly subscriber, a $24 increase. And it's a $20 increase if you're doing the yearly subscription, so it's going up to $119. Now, one of the main reasons for this is not increased shipping costs. They do ship in bulk, and they're working on building their own shipping fleet, so they're going to be bringing down shipping costs. But one of the big reasons for this is all of the things they've been buying up. So not only are they investing heavily into content for their Prime channel and like their new Lord of the Rings thing, and they're also working on Snow Crash. If you guys liked Altered Carbon, you might like Snow Crash. You guys should go check out the books anyway. The Altered Carbon books are way better. Anyway, so they're putting a lot of money into that, and that's going to raise the Prime memberships. If you're someone who doesn't take advantage of Prime all that often, doesn't use the video streaming services and stuff, you may want to reconsider your membership. And also, here's something else Amazon's been putting money into. They've been buying up lots and lots of digital lock companies, security companies, camera makers, and now they are starting their own little security services, branch. Now, here's the deal. They will sell you just basic security services that turn your lights on and off when you're not home, or they can sell you, full-on motion sensors and cameras, and they can come in, install it for you, and then there's no fee. Now, there's no fee. That means you're going to be monitoring a lot of this stuff on your own. But there's also something else to consider here, guys. Amazon would not be doing this just to be, a nice guy. They're doing this because now they can harvest data on, when your lights are on and off, when you're home. They know what time is like the prime time for you. They're not gonna have to worry about getting a general census of when the prime times are for certain people. They'll know your patterns. If you guys get the cameras installed, I don't even want to speculate, but you guys know exactly what's going to happen if you have a bunch of Amazon cameras in your house. Guys, Amazon is going to be infiltrating every area of your life. Not only are they building stores that do not have cashiers, they are going to be coming into your house. They've got little devices you can install in your cabinet to monitor stock levels on things. They've got little devices that you can use to monitor your soap levels on your laundry detergent. They have devices that will allow you to press a button. I don't know, something else that sounds awful. Just more ominous things, okay, guys? And now they're going to have cameras in your house. So, with this data, you're really going to have to read the fine print. But oh, wait a minute! You're not going to read the fine print because never in the history of the universe has anybody ever read the fine print, especially on Apple products, but also on Amazon and Google products. No one's ever read the fine print. And in there, you're going to see that they're going to use all of that data. And what's even better is if they get some, compromising footage, well, they're going to be able to use that if you decide to switch over to Costco or some competing company, or if you decide to cancel your Amazon Prime account, they're going to be like, it would be a shame. It would be such a shame if your family suddenly got emails or suddenly were delivered a photo frame with this compromising photo of you, or this little compromising video was to show up on their desktop magically. That would be a shame, wouldn't it? But luckily, you're not going to leave Amazon Prime. Every time I put on that damn hat, it's just like more real. Guys, if you're using Drupal, just know that there is a major security bug. You need to go and patch it as quickly as you possibly can, because as soon as the exploit was made known, people already started messing with it. Now that it's going to be specific to each site in that it only works on sites with certain permissions. So as long as your permissions are in good shape, you should be okay. But if you're a Drupal user, I'm not going to get too into it. Just go check it out and patch it up. Luckily, we moved away from Drupal, and I'm happier for the ease of use of WordPress. All right, more fun hacks. F-Secure. There we go. There's the guys. F-Secure. You guys can check out their website. Anyway, these guys have created a little device that will allow you to open up every single door in certain hotel chains. They didn't say which chains, but this is a pretty easy little thing. They've got a handheld, tiny little computer, and then they just have a little acticator. Acticator? What the hell is an acticator? They have a little fob, an acticator. All right, so they have this little fob. And anyway, all they need to be able to do this is get one key card from the hotel. Doesn't matter if it's old, doesn't matter if it's been used, doesn't matter at all. They can get one of those things, and then they can just make a master key that will allow them to have access to not only all of the rooms, but also all of the employee areas, like, laundry and the employees only back behind this door. They can just go and open up every single thing. Now, as it is now, F-Secure has not released this to the internet. They just, did a test to see if they could do it, and they could. And hopefully, these guys are going to be working behind the scenes to get some security patches in place. Hopefully. Otherwise, these Swedish guys could make a ton of money selling this stuff on the dark web. Let's talk about biohacking for just a little bit. First off, we'll just start off with just straight up CRISPR. So Jennifer Doudna, is that how you say it? Doudna? I don't know. She's one of the pioneers in this field. She's been working with a team, and they have created a way that you can use CRISPR almost just like a pregnancy test. Like you get a little bit of DNA on it, whatever, blood, urine, something like that, maybe even saliva. And then from that, it can detect Zika virus, it can detect tuberculosis, malaria, and several other things. So the whole idea is that it goes in and looks for other strands of DNA and other weird RNA things, and this is Zika, this is that. So something like this in the future could be it's a little card-sized thing. Hook it up to your smartphone, get some DNA on there, and then it'll be like, here's what's wrong with you. Diagnose in home, and then they'll send you drugs through the mail or something. I don't know. All right. So all the billions of dollars that the U.S. government and several other governments have been spending on stealth technology? Well, a couple guys in Canada, it's the Canadian Department of National Defense, not a couple of guys, but it sounds a lot funnier. It's Canada, so it's a couple guys, okay? A couple guys having a couple drinks in Canada with a couple $1 million. It's actually $2.7 million, but a couple sounds better, right? So a couple guys, a couple drinks, and a couple $1 million. They have created a quantum radar that completely defeats completely defeats all of the stealth technology. Now, how does this work? Well, one of the big things that the stealth technology does is they do jamming. They, they mess with radars. They use natural phenomenon, and it's especially difficult to track some of these things like up in the North Pole and areas that there's just lots of interference. But if you use quantum entanglement, meaning that you're shooting photons and you're retaining an entangled photon back at the base, then interference doesn't matter anymore. And the radar is completely defeated, or I guess the stealth technology is completely defeated by this new radar. Let's see what Justin's playing, shall we? Hey, pastel anthropomorphic Link to the Past?
Kind of. At least this time. So, this is the Sword of Ditto. Kinda is like if Costume Quest and several different versions of Zelda all had like a big old orgy, and this was the baby that came out.
All right. I'm sure
Yeah.
they're going to do that.
Yeah, exactly. So you're in kind of this apocalyptic world. The thing about this is that it's a timed game, but it's also a roguelike game. So you play as the latest Sword of Ditto, and every time you die, the game restarts. And then 100 years pass, and a new Sword of Ditto goes and picks up where the last one left off.
Now, is your other body still there? Can you go loot it or anything like
Nope.
that? Or is it just completely 100 years later different?
100 years later, you get a couple of basic items, like key items that transcend time that you get to keep on you. But then everything else you have to buy and redo and get each time. So, that being said, it's kind of annoying because you have to do so much backtracking, and like every time you die, you have to go to the graveyard and pick up the sword from the previous person's grave. And so there's always like this 2-minute downtime at the beginning of each time you play, where you just have to walk really slowly and go get this thing.
Right.
And then you have to restock everything in your inventory, and it's kind of shitty because, like, you could be in the middle of a dungeon, you die, and then you have to literally restart over
Breaks the
again.
pacing, I guess.
Yeah, so it kind of feels like they were torn between making like a timed game and a really cute game with a lot of good exploration, and so they kind of just ended up making half of both.
Is this procedurally generated, or do they actually build this world?
It's procedurally generated.
Procedural.
So it changes each time, and you have to find where the location that you're supposed to be heading to is.
Right. I just said that. I realized that's my first gut response when you said procedural. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, it gets a little tedious. Like, in concept, it was cool, but you have like 4 days to stop this witch, basically, or the first time you die, and then it starts over again. So
Right.
you're timed on everything. And these are like toy dungeons where you can get key items that can stay in your inventory. But
Now, will those key items stay in your inventory even after you die?
I don't know, because I haven't made it through the first dungeon yet. I keep on dying somewhere during it from like a trap or something.
Controls and gameplay look pretty clean.
Yeah, you get some good dodging action. The like getting food for yourself for healing is kind of neat, that you can just scroll through and do that. You have an item system over here. Like I said, it feels very Zelda-esque. One of the things I do like about this is that they kind of took the whole like fire feature, so you can start fire in one spot and it will spread as long as
cool.
it's not raining. You can also catch enemies on fire and it will do regular damage to them over time and stuff. So
They got some pretty cool systems in
yeah.
there.
You can set yourself on fire. So conceptually, this is fun. But in terms, if you have the means to like deal with doing the same part over and over again, if you're like a Dead Souls or Dark Souls nut or anything like that kind of crap, then this might be up your alley. But if you get really frustrated after having to go through the same part for like the 3rd, 4th, 10th, 12th, 20th time, this game is going to get really frustrating really quickly for you.
All right, check it out, guys. He's got some big hair. This is like Afro Baggins over here.
Yeah.
You can't say Afro, can you, anymore?
You can say afro.
This is what I was doing instead of paying attention to.
I heard that noise over there.
What
What
you were
the
talking
hell's
about.
going on?
So I discovered that you can also turn the box into the Infinity Gauntlet. And
Do these sharp edges, someone is going to lose an eye, and then
Oh,
someone's
absolutely.
going to get sued?
some kid's gonna be like, I'm Thanos! Shut up, Iron Man! And then he's gonna punch his little brother, and his little brother's gonna lose an eye, and everyone's gonna be upset.
The video is currently unavailable, so in Japan they built a
like a
transformer.
Transformer reference.
It takes forever to transform. But
You mean it doesn't just go wah, 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 and
no,
like...
they've got people in there while it's transforming. But
Oh, God.
okay, it looks cool and all that stuff, but I mean, this is really a really expensive project.
Wow.
Yeah, it looks cool, but watch how it walks. It has to like waddle because it's so big and heavy. It looks so goofy. It's like, hey, like I wanted to walk in and be like, hey guys, how's it going?
Did someone say robot?
I'm starting to sound like the sex robot thing from the Wise Kid You Know. Is that what it is? Sex robot.
That's pretty... Wow.
Yeah, it like actually transforms from a car into this.
That is truly a robot in disguise.
So Kenji Ishida. Yep.
Yeah.
Kenji Ishida and Brave Robotics. Pretty cool looking thing. I just wish it had stronger legs so it didn't waddle. That makes it like looks all tough and everything. Then it's like,
Yeah, no Decepticon is going to be scared of that.
they're all going to be so busy. It's a secret weapon. They're all going to be so busy laughing that they're going to miss the
Quiet, Soundwave, it's not that funny!
the Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Is going to be out very soon.
Yep, and people have been now being able to start playing some reviews of it and stuff and start, playing some demos and things like that. And people are very thrilled because... Unlike a lot of other video games, when they say this, it has more of the same in the right ways. So they've added some new stuff, like you have some new underwater options and things like that. But what they were also saying is that this is going to be, the end part of the trilogy. This was designed to have a beginning, a middle, and end to it. And this is going to be the defining thing that makes Lara Croft officially the Tomb Raider. Like, this is going to be... this is going to be a big character-defining video game for her, apparently.
That should be a cool part of the story. My one little gripe about these things is they feel like it feels like you're on rails with some freedom. And I wanted a little bit more freedom, and I was reading in this article they're saying, like, if you expect this to be less linear, don't.
Yeah.
It's still going to be, but I mean, they're about the narrative. They give you way more freedom than like Call of Duty or something like that. But when I'm in these environments and stuff, I'm like, wow, why can't I just like run everywhere and do everything? And then like, it would be cool to have... I would love to have a Tomb Raider style game with a heavy emphasis on exploration in a world that's realized almost like Far Cry. That would be like a dream game for me. Like I would have a lot of fun with like that whole we need the exploration because even in the new Far Cry, there's people in so many different spots that the emphasis is all on action rather than exploration.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's all on ridiculousness, and there's all this beautiful terrain. But there's not a lot of downtime. And a game like this, there could be interesting things, puzzles, like how do you open up this secret cavern or whatever.
Yeah.
So there
and
could
those
be like
ancient closed-off tombs that somehow have machine gun parts in them.
Yep.
Yeah.
But there could be some slower elements where you get to explore some. All right, so these guys, CHUCKLEFISH.
Yes, so CHUCKLEFISH, the guys that helped produce... Publish, I'm sorry. Everyone's favorite Stardew Valley is now officially, we mentioned this in a couple episodes back that it was like, oh, there might be speculation. But they're officially going ahead with Eastward, and they're working with, what is the name of that other company? Pixpill?
Yeah, Pixpill.
Pixpill Games, to produce this kind of apocalyptic RPG puzzle solver that looks really cool.
It's just a really pretty game.
Yeah.
For a lot of these indie games. And there's so many indie games coming out, and a lot of them have like a similar look. But if CHUCKLEFISH has already selected it, they've got a pretty good eye for things that are a little special. So hopefully they've picked something here that's also a little special. That's what I'll say about that.
Yeah, they usually they're hit makers. Belgium has officially declared loot boxes gambling and illegal, and they are going to be charging companies a pretty solid amount of money if they don't do something about their loot crate policies soon.
Now, I wonder if in Belgium the loot crates are just going to become like free items that you just unlock in
who
game.
knows?
Maybe if I get a VPN through Belgium,
then I can get all my Overwatch skins without having to play Overwatch.
That's what I'm hoping. Yeah. I mean, even though I don't want Overwatch skins, but I don't know what I want, but I want something for free. I just wanted it for free. I don't even want to use it. It's free.
And the Belgians will get it all for free and think they're better than us.
Like healthcare.
Yeah. Their delicious, delicious chocolate.
It's not free, but yeah.
It's probably free for them.
It's free if you're in Belgium, and it's free, yeah.
You go to the doctor. They're like, here's all the things wrong with you. Here's the free medicine to fix it. Help yourself to a chocolate on the way out the door.
That's exactly what Belgium is like,
but with an accent.
and we know.
Yeah.
So, we talked about ELDEWRITO last week, and that's the Halo Online mod that a team was making.
This is going to be the big multiplayer mod. And
Of course.
Of course, Microsoft has reared its head and is like, no. I read another article that these guys actually won on the end of it. I didn't. Oh, the update.
It was an update today. Microsoft is taking down people who are streaming and playing this game on YouTube and Twitch and that sort of thing.
So their main argument here, Microsoft's main argument is that while at one point in time we're going to have Halo Online, it was going to be a Russian exclusive thing for a while, and then it kind of just petered off and then just like kind of got brushed under the rug and everything, but all that like infrastructure and everything for it was still there. So then all these other people took it and started using stuff with it to make the modifications, and so Microsoft is arguing that they never actually put that IP out for people to use,
which is true. I mean, I guess the other argument is like, but it was free and we want to play it, and we've made a mod, but Microsoft's like, yeah, but that's all our intellectual property.
Yeah.
Okay, then Microsoft, I got some advice for you. Okay, hire these guys and release this thing.
Yeah, seriously.
If it's getting this many comments on the internet and this many people are talking about it, hire them, work with them, and release it as either a free-to-play thing or charge $5. I don't know. If you do that, the community will be like, "That's really cool, everybody."
No, Microsoft is actually listening to us.
What are you doing with that leopard? What are you doing with that leopard?
Just wanted to see what it was like.
The Wastes. You guys need to check out this game. It's made with with IdTech 3. So I know there's a lot of games that are saying like, hey, we're throwback games. We're harkening back to the old school days of like the original Doom or maybe like Hex and Heretic, those kind of games. A lot of those are using Unreal Engine or Unity or something. And these guys are also making sort of a throwback combat game with a lot of modern ideas, but they're using IdTech 3. So yeah, check it out. There's plenty of vehicles, plenty of weapons, and we got something to give away. So
giveaway?
I'm going to do 3 in this episode, and maybe 3 in one of our next videos.
Because 3 is the magic number.
It's the magic number, guys.
Magic number.
So we need something. All right, so guys, first 3 people on Discord to hop on there and say, I want a copy of The Wastes, and then name your 3 favorite old school FPS games. So that's all you have to do. Hop on our Discord, links in the description, and do that. And then the first 3 people to do that, we will, and make sure you tag at, was it just at Justin?
Yeah, at Justin.
Just tag at Justin to make sure he sees it.
Oh god, my phone's gonna blow up.
Oh yeah. Shit.
That's fine.
If 3 people have already done that, then don't do it anymore. But anyway, guys, good luck, and we should all play this game some. Multiplayer is a bit ridiculous. They're also making updates to it frequently, so check out The Wastes, everybody.
Huzzah.
So, what the hell are you reading?
We got literally the whitest magazine ever delivered to us today. Did you sign up for Departures?
I did not. Because
Cool.
my tiny bit of Native American blood is I'm not qualified to read this magazine. I'm not pure white.
Is this an airline magazine?
I don't know where this... Did someone sign us up for the whitest magazine on the planet?
It's literally like...
It's like how to fly to other countries and still be a honky.
Yeah.
Is that the word acceptable?
Like how to casually bring up that you're a wasp in conversation.
While talking to tribal people in strange countries.
Yeah, exactly. Like...
How to get air conditioning in Costa Rican huts.
Yeah.
Anyway.
T-shirts with your stock portfolio printed on them. Cool.
You don't have to bring it up every 5 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, look, golf hats with your credit score on them.
Almost 800.
Look, there are literally... Okay, seriously, though, here's literally a page of people in khaki pants wearing dress loafers with no slippers. This is the whitest magazine on the fucking planet.
This magazine is called Knobby Knees from now on.
Yeah, right?
Knobby Knees, very, very good.
Oh, yes.
Have you seen the latest issue of Knobby Knees?
Quite knobby. Oh, so...
Well, guys, buy one of our t-shirts for the love of God.
Baccarat every day.
If you don't, I'll come and shave your back with a rusted razor. Goodbye, everyone.
Yep.
Drink things from animal heads.
Look at this article. Single white male seeks coffee table. Look at that hipster. He's so sad.